Well, good morning there. It's Brad with Rising Water Acres. Have we got one for you today? It's going to be something. If you've already read the title, you know what's happening. We're going to pick up a 1964 grain truck. It's a 1964 C60 with an inline 292 4-speed with the high-low rear end. This is going to be a will it run and drive home. It's not super far away from home, but this is the first time I'm doing something like this, so to say I'm nervous is, yeah, I'm nervous. But Pops is coming along with me, so what's the worst that can happen, right? Let's make some memories. Stay tuned. All right, guys, here she is. This is a 1964 C60. So she needs a little attention. We're not going to touch the brakes yet because we don't want to be disappointed right away. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a walk around here. Shut up. So as you can tell, it's the best color on earth, orange. Now this was an old grain truck, but it has a dump bed on it. Does that feature work? I don't know. This thing hasn't ran in, I don't know, year, 2, 3, could be more. We'll find out. So we've got a nice dump bed. It's got a couple different colors on her. These tires look pretty decent. I mean, you look past the dry rot and crack, and they're about as hard as concrete. They'll be fine. Got a little bit of weight reduction, but it's fine. This thing's heavy anyway. All right, so let's go around. Look back here. Looks like there's a homemade hitch on it, right there. The floor, I mean, it's got some surface rust on her, but it doesn't look too bad. Looks like some of the wood in between has seen better days. But this is an old C channel. Real good stuff. Let's see, let's walk around here. All the stuff on the bed comes with it. Free little prize. It'll be for sale. Anybody looking for a 3-point blade? There's a 3-point blade. Or snowplow. Anybody need a snowplow? Right chair. Same thing on this side. Tires look good. They've got good tread on them, but they are a little weathered. Oh, let's see. Omaha. What was the quarterback that I said? Omaha? Peyton Manning?
Might have been.
Come through here. Cab corner, just starting to show a little bit of rust, but that's fine. A little rust on the bottom of the door. And just a little bit right here. But that's just extra venting. Steer tires, they're round. So this is it. So if you come around here, I tried to figure out exactly what year this thing was. And a couple giveaways or tells on this is the shape around the headlight, the window, what motor is in it, but the biggest tell sign on these trucks is the emblem on the side. So 63 had circles around the headlights, so a little bit of a different grille setup, and they had more of a wraparound windshield, where this one obviously doesn't. If you try to look at just the grill, the stamped grill, it's hard to figure out exactly what year. So the reason I think it's a 1964 is if you come over here, this side emblem. So this side emblem right here in 1964 had the Chevy bow tie up top with the number declaring whether it was a C50, C60, whatever. So it's got the bow tie up top and then the number below. In 1965, they'd moved this emblem, which stayed the same, but they moved it up here on this panel. And then in 1966, they moved it back down here, but the bow tie was inside of a rectangle. So that's where I'm saying that this is a 1964. It's got drum brakes all the way around. It's got your nice 5-lug front wheels. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. Door opens nice. Doesn't open all the way though, appears. Maybe that is all the way open. Okay. So there is our dash. We've got our temp, we've got our battery, we've got our oil, and we've got our fuel. Looks like there's 74,957 miles. And if I'm guessing by the looks of the pedals, that's actual miles. And I just that's no bueno. But it's the pedal's still there. Let's see what the clutch feels like. I think the clutch is still clutching. So that's a positive. All right, we've got, let's see, we've got a 4-speed with the high-low rear end, which is nice. We've got, I believe, the emergency brake, which I don't know if it does anything. We'll find out. Little ashtray. Let's see if he was a smoker. Yeah, there's some ash in there. Let's see what we got here in the old mitten box. Well, wouldn't you know it? Must have been a mouse in there. Overall, though, not too bad. Obviously, base model. There's no radio in here. I believe this is going to be for the PTO. You got your high-low button. Seems to work. So, yeah. Small hole in the floor. It'll be fine. Let's go ahead and open up that hood and see what we've got under there for our power unit. All right. What we have here, I believe this is going to be a 292, an inline 6 292 with a whopping 165 squirrels. That's not very much to get this big thing down the road, but it'll be fine. So, brake master cylinder, rusty as I'll get out. Let's see, got some dirt dauber nests. Let's see if we got oil in this bad boy. Oh yeah. It's got gas in her. That could very well be because of the fuel pump. So it's making oil. It's always something. Looks like we might have a valve cover gasket leak. That's fine. Let's see if the carburetor is stuck. No, it's moving freely.
Manual choke.
Yep, manual choke on it. Butterflies are moving. Yeah. Well, let's just get to work. Well, hold on. See if the radiator has any fluid. There's no fluid. That's good. Battery's said the battery's dead. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get some cameras set up, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. We're gonna drive this thing home today. Stay tuned. Hello. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, will it turn over? Let's check. So the best way to figure out if these will turn over is just put some tension on this belt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's turning. I can feel the compression building too. Oh. Boom. Now all we need to do is spark and fuel. Easy peasy. Let me go ahead and get this battery off here. We're gonna get boiling on the charger and see what we can. Actually, I got a little jump pack. Let's throw the jump pack on here. See if we can't crank it over. All right, so thanks to my work, I got this nice little jump pack. We're on. See if we got any dash lights. We're in gear. We got no dash lights. Let's see if the clutch works. She turns over, but slow. Clutch does work, which is great. So let's get that battery on boil. And then we're gonna open up, we'll clean up the points. We're gonna try and do this as cheap as possible. So we're gonna clean the points up real quick and maybe dump some fuel down the yap. All right, so first thing we're gonna do when it comes to the ignition, we're gonna check the coil. So in order to check the coil, you're checking your primary and secondary windings. And primary winding, we're gonna use ohms. And we're setting our first one to the 200. So we're gonna go 200 ohms, and we're gonna check across these two posts right here. Does not matter which way you go, but this vehicle does not have a ballast resistor. So with it not having a ballast resistor, we're gonna want this to read between 2 and 4 ohms roughly. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna check my resistance in my leads. And as you can tell there, it's a 0 or a 0.0 resistance. So that's actually really good. Usually there's about 0.2. So now let me go ahead and check the windings here. This is the primary winding. Let me scratch it up a little bit. About 2 point, it's jumping all over. It'll be fine. There's resistance there. So if there's no resistance, that means that there's a break. So there's a break in the wire. So if I take this and set it to my continuity checker and then touch these, you're gonna hear an audible beep. So you're gonna hear an audible beep. Okay, so that winding is complete. Okay, I'm not hearing anything. To check your secondary, you go to 20K. And does not matter which way. All right, so let's go ahead and pop off the distributor cap. And these okay. Now, when you pop off a distributor cap, the timing on these 292s or 235s or 194s, there was a guy that does a really good saying on it. So the timing on your distributor is going to be 15 is too young, 36 is too old, 24 is just right. So it's 153624. Let's just see what our points and condenser look like. And our points, they look pretty worn. But I think if we shine them up, throw some juice to her. Right now, we'd have to spin the motor over just a little bit because we are almost on the high point of the cam, which is right here, which is opening this gap. Now, the gap on these, I think, anywhere from like 16 to 20 thousandths. Or if you don't have any feeler gauges, you can actually use a business card, and that'll get you close enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff cleaned up, and we're gonna get the battery put on that charger. All right, so where we're at, trying to figure out how far we can get with before we go to town. I think I might grab a coil because I'm not confident in that one. I've cleaned up the points. Those are going to be good to go. I've turned it around to where our points are off the cam. Went ahead and disconnected the fuel line, because we don't know what the condition of the fuel is in there. And then we decided, let's go ahead and pop this cap on the master A cylinder. It was completely bone dry. So I said, well, what the heck? Let's throw some brake fluid in there, see where it leaks out. Keep watching, Dad. Pumped it a couple times, got some air bubbles, and I'm starting to get pedal back. But I hit that, and that's a wall where before I could push it all the way down. Go touch that pedal. Let me know what you think. Remember how it went all the way down to the floor before? Let me know what you think on it now. I'm sure that it's probably this hydrovac system.
Oh, it went to the floor before.
Yes. So the major problem with these is this hydrovac system right here, right underneath the driver's seat. I don't know a whole lot about them, but that's basically kind of your booster. These are manual brakes, but if I had to explain it, that's kind of your booster. Now, my plan is to get rid of that and do the old swap to where I put the booster up top. There's a conversion kit that you can get online. So that's my plan with that. So that's where we're at right now. I think we're gonna go get some distilled water, go ahead and put it in this battery. Might go snag another battery up real quick. So that way we can make sure we've got at least one good one, just in case that alternator doesn't charge. We noticed that the alternator, the belt, it's a little off. It's a little wonky. So if we start it and that flies off, we'll know that we got to figure something out to get them aligned better. But yeah, easy peasy. Anybody can do this. Let's go ahead and get your car off here. We're going to run to town and get some supplies, and we'll be back.
Yep.
All right, we've got a battery. Got the old go handle on it. So let's just see here what we can't make happen. It fits like a glove. Like a glove. Okay. I don't know if we left the key on, but But we're gonna find out.
You always put the positive on first.
All right. Nothing. All right. I'm gonna go turn the key to ignition and we'll check that spark. So our power is all set up right. Can you see in there, Dad?
Yeah.
We don't have spark. Okay.
How can you have spark when it's not to the coil or anything?
It is through here. Let's go ahead and jump 12 volts straight to the coil.
You just assumed this was a good battery.
Yep. Let's test the battery. Maybe she's dead. She's dead. Dead as a doornail. So we've been working on this. What we did while the battery was on the charger, we went ahead and just cleaned up all the points. And by points, I mean contact points. And I went ahead and put a new power. I believe this is going to be, this one right here is going to be from the alternator. But went ahead and cleaned everything up, power to the ground, cleaned up the coils, clean this up, clean that up. So now, key off?
Yes.
All right, so with the key off, there should be no power running to the coil. Now, turn the key to ignition. All right, so now we've got power to the coil. So when we have power to the coil, down here, this is grounded out, or this is not grounded out. So if I pull up on it, we got nice power there. So go ahead and crank it. All right. So now we've got nice bright blue spark. So we've got spark. We've got crankage. We don't have any fuel coming out the fuel line now, so probably don't have fuel pump. But let's go ahead and get the distributor cap on and throw some fuel down the yapper there and see if she fires off. All right, let's go ahead and try to fill these bowls here. Oh yeah, she's taking quite a bit.
Hopefully it ain't going right straight down
I know. All right, let me go ahead and hook up the jumper. All right, pour some fuel down the yapper. It's ready. Give her a shot. Would you look at that, baby? Doesn't look like we got a fuel pump. Okay. Like it started yesterday, baby. Okay, so we've gotten it to the point. Your finger's in the way, Dad.
No, it's not.
There we go. So we've gotten to the point. Motor starts, idles. Now we need to figure out the fuel pump, if the fuel pump works. So if it works, great. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this tube, because this fuel tank doesn't look very good, and I'd rather not chance it right now. So, got this hose that's going to the manual fuel pump that's already on there. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna stick it down in here. To keep it at the bottom, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this to it, shove it down in there, so that way we can make sure that we're keeping the inlet right there at the bottom where it needs to be. I'm going to do just a little bit above it, and I'll show you here in just a second. Now, this is in no way, shape, or form a permanent fix. We're driving this thing home today. Now, how far is 5 gallons going to get us? Probably not very far. All right. So there it is.
The hose is sticking a little farther down.
It's sticking a little above, so that way it doesn't get stuck on the bottom of it.
Okay.
And we're just going to take this, shove her down in there. Just like that. We should be on the bottom. I got this nice little primer bulb. All right. Dad, I'm gonna meet you around. I'm gonna take that and we're gonna see if that fuel pump works. All right. Booster pack's on. Hold on, let me give her a little squirt. See, actually, go ahead and try to start it. See if it'll just fire up. Hold on. All right. Stop. I think we've got fuel. Let me go ahead and hook it up and see if she'll just run. I don't know if I can set you up here somewhere. Get this. Get the pliers. She's got all the pressure. All right. Good way to ruin these is to cross thread them, and with them being hard lines, it can be a little difficult. But what you do, this is national pipe thread, it looks like. Just kind of, you start it by hand. If you go lefty-loosey to start with, you'll feel it click over the threads. All right, fire it. Hold on. Try it. I was just gonna verify that. Here, go ahead and show them the dash. Wrong way, Dad.
All right. On the dash, we got the battery charging. It says the fuel tank's full, but that's not so. We got decent oil pressure, especially for just idling a little bit. And we are tickled pink at this time. Here you go.
She is charging. She's putting out 14. We are going to let it warm up, but we need to go ahead and get some antifreeze in here. It looks like we're leaking some oil. What are we leaking oil out of? Out of the filter. Stop it. Cut it. All right, we're leaking oil out of the oil filter. Thank goodness we brought stuff to change it.
Yep.
Let's get her changed, Dad. See if there's any water in the oil. Oh, no water. She's thin.
Yeah, they don't look that bad.
She got some sludge in her too. Yeah, she's thin. All right, we're up in the beast. Let's see. She's fired right over. Like nothing. Like nothing. Well, let's hit the road. Accelerator pump's a little weak. Good oil pressure. Do the lights work? That's bright. Top lights don't work. The steering's tight. The steering's tight. Just in the center console. Plug it right in. I'll plug it in. All right. That's reinforced. Got a little miss. I could very easily come out of it though by the time we get home. Or a little miss there. But it doesn't sound too bad. All right. All right, guys. It's time to hit the road. Time to hit the road. Let's get to rolling. All right, we're recording there. I'm gonna put this away so I can pay attention. Well, I don't know what gear we're in. I thought we were in second, but I think we're in fourth low. The high-low rear end doesn't seem like it wants to work, but we're trucking along. Speedo doesn't work. I don't think the temp gauge works. Yeah, that's how it's going right now. We made it back to the Rising Water Acres. She sounds good. Like a sewing machine. Now, let's see if the PTO and dump bed work. Let's see here. I hear something spinning. It works. It works. Would you look at that? It's gravity deep down. Sweet. Got ourselves a little dump truck. Well, I consider that sweet success. Made her home. No problems. The brakes are, well, there's a lot to be desired there. So, first thing I'm going to do is I got to get a bonded title for this thing. So before I do any work on it, I got to work on getting a bonded title. Brakes, maybe number one on my list, because the manual brakes themselves suck, but the manual brakes that hardly work suck worse. But it was a sweet success. Made it home. No injuries. Pretty cheap. Oh yeah, I paid $500 for this gal. All right, guys, I have made it back. That was fun. First time ever doing something like that. Having Dad along was an absolute blessing. This video may be a little bit longer. Now, this is my very first Will It Run and Drive video that I've done. I'm not going to be like those other guys that just go out vehicle after vehicle after vehicle. I want these vehicles to have a purpose for me. But having said that, you know, I've got the hay swather. That's going to have to be Will It Run and Drive. And, you know, the 806. Will It Run and Drive. That one's going to be coming up here shortly. I'm ecstatic. That is cool to bring something back to life that's just been sitting there for God knows how long and get it back on the road. Roadworthy? Meh. But got it back on the road. And got it home. But comment down below what I can improve for the Will It Run Drive. And then also go ahead and comment what you would like to see done with that dump truck. Would you guys want to see it washed up and polished? Would you guys want to see the work that I'm going to do for the brakes on it? Let me know. But until then, I'm ready for a nap, and I'm sure my dad is too. So, but I really appreciate you guys watching. So keep it up. Give me the old thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care. Comment good, bad, and different. I don't care. But I'm always up for some helpful tips. Other than that, going around, the pigs that have been castrated are doing just fine. They're all doing well. The piglets doing well. They're going through that 1,000 pounds of feed way faster than I expected. But we've got a locker date set up, so it's going to be what it's going to be. I've got nothing else. Reach out if you want some swag. We've got some new stuff coming in. But I've got nothing else, so just remember, the grass is greener where you water it.